So with Yamcha as the next Dokkan Fest exclusive on the JP version of the game, everyone's wondering what exactly is going to happen with this Part 2 LR. So if you're not aware, in the past few years, the December Dokkan Fest has directly linked with the Carnival, or I guess Double Rates Carnival LR, right, technically, for the past few years, like I said. So, like, let's take last year, for example. We did have the tech androids that led into the future Gohan. The year before that, we had a Bojack, which leads into Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, 13 and that Spirit Bomb Goku. Even before then, we had Int Goku Black into Trunks and Mai. So for a couple of years at this point, we have seen, basically this pattern where it's like an extreme class Dokkan Fest into a super class unit. Now, if we were being fair here, this year specifically, Dokkan has been breaking a lot of these patterns. So a lot of the things we're like anticipating or expecting, they say nah, right? They're like, no. So I'm gonna talk about something interesting that happened recently on both JP and Global. So right here, this is the JP data download for November 29th for the Yamcha, right? We had a bunch of good stuff. I covered this data download yesterday, but the most important thing here is this scripted event Topo. It's very strange. It's like, okay, what is Topo doing here? Firstly, Topo, he has nothing to do with the celebration info that we got, right? If you take a look at the Yamcha celebration info, there's nothing Universe Survival Saga related at all. So we're just like scratching our heads like, okay, what's going on with this Topo? And, you may be thinking, oh, what does this have to do with the Carnival, all right? If we take a look here into the global data download section, we could see Topo was also in the exact same data download for global, more or less, about a few days ago for the LR Vegeta and Trunks unit. So for some reason, this Topo asset was updated on both versions at basically the same time. And I would say usually these event assets this year, them being updated doesn't really lead to many like changes, right? Back like the previous year, I'd say there, we could tell like if something's happening. But I don't know, even this year, right? For example, King Vegeta's something was updated about King Vegeta's art, his before his awakening, and then he was an X awakening, right, for the super strikes. I remember that specifically happening this year. So that's why we always have to you can take these things with like a grain of salt, but it is very strange, I'd say, that both versions updated this at basically the same time when Global usually wouldn't do that, right? I feel like they usually just wait. They don't really do it at the same time, if I'm not mistaken. So that's another thing. It's like, what is going on here, right? So, I mean, both versions sometimes get, for example, well, I think the only time really is that Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Carnival. He's not a Carnival LR, but he is an LR, and we did get, obviously, him on both versions at the same time in this exact same time slot. So where is this guy? I just want to bring it up. See, it's the 15th of December, both versions, 2020. Universe Survival Saga and December on Global is very, very, very common. That is technically another pattern that they could go out of their way to break. But if we're going to presume that this pattern is being kept up, then every single year in December, Global has gotten something like either an LR or Dokkan Fest unit of Universe Survival Saga. Started with Blue Kaioken, then hits, then it was the LR Blue Kaioken Goku and Vegeta, then you guys got the LR God Goku and hit Double Rates banner and Kale Caulifla, right? So there's always this Tournament of Power stuff ongoing. Additionally, Tournament of Power is upcoming on some EZAs. STR Jiren needs his EZA, Physical 17 needs his EZA, right? A lot of these units are closing in on their EZAs very, very soon. Jiren is like the second oldest unit, I think, right now without an EZA. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Jiren, and then 17 is the third oldest unit, right? If you take a look at these guys are very, very old. Jiren came out in April of 2018. 17 came out in July of 2018, right? Before them is Super Vegeta, right? But these guys are going to get the EZA soon. Universe Survival Saga has literally gotten nothing at all since the 200% meta started back with the 7th anniversary. So Universe Survival Saga makes, I feel like, makes some pretty good money probably, right? So I would feel like something related to Universe Survival Saga is definitely at least on the horizon. If it's not during December, keep in mind, what I would say, I expect more so New Year's to be related to Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It does make sense that, you know, maybe it's not the Carnival R, but maybe Tournament of Power could be New Year's, right? I think I could definitely see that, like a new Jiren, a new Ultra Instinct Goku. Again, Carnival LR, like God Topo, right? I saw a lot of people saying God Topo is a Carnival LR, and I think that could make sense, right? This, like, Topo is pretty dry right now. This is the only God Topo we have, and obviously even his EZA was over 2 years ago and a half, right? 2.5 years ago, basically. So that's very, very interesting to think about, I think, at the very least. But we're going to get Universe Survival Saga soon. And again, the reason why I'd say I'm pretty sure New Year's is going to be both versions at the same time is because they moved the New Year's banner from here to the 4th, which is next week. I would say, though, it would feel kind of odd for, like, them to just suddenly make New Year's same time for Global and JP. Like, would it be specifically because they want something in December related to Tournament of Power? I feel like if they did, it would probably be this. Additionally, again, Yamcha, like, what would be the part 2 LR for Yamcha that's related to him? Nothing. There's nothing related to Yamcha, like, that you could really pull. We have basically everything from the Saiyan Saga at this point. Like, a lot of Saiyan Saga stuff was introduced this year. So, that leaves the question, okay, who is it going to be? I feel like it might really be Topo. Topo, I think, is a potential really good option. I think LR God of Destruction Topo could be really cool. He could be a very strong support unit. Topo's like every single Topo in the game, too. Well, even these two guys, I'm pretty sure they also do support, right? No, this guy specifically doesn't support, but this unit did support, right? So we could see how that turns out to be. This guy is a super class unit, by the way. He's not extreme class, he's super STR. I mean, Space Traveling Warriors, doesn't it need a new category leader, right? Space Traveling Warriors, Bojack's getting an EZA, right? Maybe that's a stretch. In Bojack, we know his EZA is coming. I think Universe Survival Saga badly needs a leader. So I would assume that it would be a Universe Survival Saga 200%, but we'll see. I mean, again, it could also just not be God Topo. And it could just be, again, one of these Universe Survival Saga story events updating and not related to him at all. And maybe the LR could still be like a UI Goku or Blue Kaioken Goku that transforms, or I'd say revives into UI Goku, right? Something like that could be very interesting. Now, there's one other thing I think I should bring up as well, just as a little food to kind of feed to your guys' mind, right? This guy obviously is getting an LR, and, you know, he has pretty good animations. They did really good with how this guy looks, for sure. LR Hachiak. But then, you know, you come to thinking, obviously, all the Super Saiyan Z fighters did fight Hachiak together, right? They're all fighting against him. And obviously, if you take a look here, this moment isn't really, like, represented in this series, at least their attack. Obviously, you see Hachiak's attack is represented in there. We see Goku is doing the Kamehameha, Vegeta with the Big Bang, Piccolo, Gohan, and then Trunks, right? They didn't even show Trunks there, and then they kill Hachiak, right? This is a fight, again, that wasn't really well represented in the series at all. The game at all, I mean, from the series. This is from an OVA, so I guess it makes sense that they weren't, like, rushing to get this done. But this guy finally got a unit. Maybe the Carnival LR is just that. I mean, they have done very weird LRs before, and then a lot of times the December LR is like a joint forces LR. Like last year, you know, for JP, it was Trunks and Gohan, and then obviously for Global it was God, Goku, and Hit. We had Trunks and Mai in that time slot, right? So I mean, it's possible. I you know, not really too much of a connection there, but I think that could be interesting if they introduce that unit as a like Carnival LR and it's related to this somehow. We'll have to wait and see, right? I think for all we know, like, you know how everyone is expecting like a Buhan or something like that for the Dokkan Festival was Yamcha. It could be something just completely out of left field at the same time, and we're just like, oh, well, it's cool. Like, what if it's like Dr. Wheelo or something, right? You can't tell. They released Yamcha as a Dokkan Fest right now. Dr. Wheelo Carnival LR. Sure, man. Why not? He's not in the game. Let me know what you guys think. I just think that's very interesting and deserved a video. And of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.